Hi and welcome to realestate.co.nz webcast and this coverage of the New Zealand Property Report for October 2010. This segment covers the South Island. You can view the separate presentations for the North Island and the National on our YouTube channel and also on the Unconditional blog on unconditional.co.nz. The South Island naturally is very much affected by the Canterbury region. It's the biggest physical region in the country, and for the South Island it's the largest conurbation. Certainly for this month, as with September, the effect of the earthquake has continued to impact the real estate market. Listings are down 26% compared to last year. Now that in itself is a large number, but when you put it in the context that listings nationally are down 12%, it's actually not that severe, and it certainly hasn't got any worse between September and October. So clearly there is an effect in the market, but it's not a continuing or growing effect. It's a steady effect from that point of view. Now that has affected the inventory of properties for sale in Canterbury, because the measure we use is not the absolute, it's the relative number of weeks of inventory to sales. And in September the sales were down by 30%, and therefore that then pushes up the inventory level. So we're seeing that the Canterbury region has a high inventory, but that's not to be unexpected in the circumstances. So that area is obviously going to be a watching brief as to how it pans out over the next couple of months, and hopefully the property market together with the population begin to get itself back together and get back into step in the rest of the country. The rest of the South Island is interesting. There are extremes and interesting trends. We're seeing, for example, the West Coast be now in a position where it's moved from being a buyer's market, and quite a significant buyer's market over the last couple of years, now to be a more balanced market, albeit its inventory is in absolute terms quite high. It's always carrying quite a lot of inventory, so it's actually more balanced than other parts of the country. And if you go across to the other coast, on the top of the South Island in Marlborough region, they are now sitting at an inventory level of 87 weeks, which of equivalent sales, that is a peak for them, so indicating quite a lot of property on the market in the Marlborough area, seeking out what has been a quiet period of sales. Now obviously they're more seasonally affected with sales, so that may well come back in the next couple of months as we go into summer. Another interesting area to note is the Nelson area. The Nelson area has been quite strong from a property perspective of sellers over the last 3 or 4 months. It went into the winter carrying not a lot of inventory, listings were steady and demand was quite strong, and for a number of months there it actually moved into being a seller's market. It's actually sort of tipped back the other way now and finds itself not out of line, but still a more buyers orientated market from that point of view. The only other notable statistic during the month of October was the Otago region. It had a price decline compared to the last 3 months of 5%. That was contrary to almost the other regions of the country and nationally, where asking price expectation had grown between September and October and against a 3-month average. So Otago saw a lessening of the expected pricing for the month of October. So that covers the main parts of the South Island report. We'll be back again in beginning of December, or the 1st of December, with the report for the month of November, which will be interesting to see where these trends play out. As I say, we've broken the video cast into 3 parts, giving a national picture, a North Island and a South Island this time. So we look forward to you joining us next time. And until then, all the details with the full report are available at the Unconditional blog, unconditional.co.nz. Thanks for joining us.